Abhi we have to progress forward and take the next leap on in our chapter on rational numbers for your class 8 ICSE syllabus. So आज के लिए हम जल्दी से जल्दी क्या करेंगे, ऑपरेशंस और नेचुरल नंबर्स के बारे में थोड़ा डिस्कस करेंगे. ठीक है. So let's quickly discuss what are operations on rational numbers. ठीक है. So Saran, beta, when I talk about operations, what do I mean? In mathematics, what does operation even mean? Operation means, tell me. ठीक है. What else? ठीक है. Mainly तो we have four operation. Very good. Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. इनको क्या बोलते हैं? These are called as fundamental mathematical operation. याद कर लो. इसे कहते हैं fundamental mathematical operation. ठीक है. क्योंकि any operation in the world, any mathematical operation जो भी हो, it is only made of these four. Everything comes from these four operations. ठीक है. Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So let us start कि अगर हमने rational numbers पे ये चार ऑपरेशन अप्लाई किए, लगा दिए, तो what will happen? So I have addition. ठीक है. Now when I say addition operation on rational number, what does it even mean? It means if I essentially take two rational numbers A and B, A belonging to Q, B belonging to Q. Do you understand this when I wrote this? Do you understand what does it mean, this guy? So मैं बताता हूँ, मैं बताता हूँ. मैं को ऐसे verbally बताया करो, okay? ऐसे मुंह मत करना. Say verbally. If you know or if you don't. You know? Tell me what does it mean? Is, is it not equal to? Equal to the ये होता है. It looks like this. ठीक है, something like. ठीक. बोथ आर द सेम तो ऐसे नहीं बोलूंगा, बट थोड़ा सा इसको रिफाइन करते हैं. हमने कल देखा था द हाउस ऑफ रैशनल नंबर. डू यू रिमेंबर? Every guy that is of the form p by q will live in this house, right? Every guy where q is not equal to 0. So when I say a and then this symbol q, which means that a is a member of this house. That's it. It says a belongs to. ऐसे लिखना है सर. A belongs to q. A belongs to the house of rational numbers. Similarly, B belongs to the house of rational numbers. Now, what I'm interested in, what happens if I add these two? If I essentially add A plus B, what will happen? If is A plus B going to stay in this house or it will be in some different house? Take any A, take any B. Randomly कोई भी A और B तुम्हारे हिसाब से उठाओ. ठीक है? Add them. और जो आंसर आएगा, will that stay in this house or not? That is my first question. What do you think? What do you think? कोई भी दो नंबर ले लो, A and B, रैशनल नंबर्स. उनको ऐड करो. उनका जो एडिशन है. हम्म. क्या क्या क्या? 4 3 7. हाँ. 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 ओके. 4 and 3 7. तो तीनों एप्लीकेबल है. दिस बिलोंग्स टू क्यू, दिस बिलोंग्स टू क्यू, दिस ऑल्सो बिलोंग्स टू क्यू, 7 ऑल्सो बिलोंग्स टू क्यू. फाइन है. ऐसा कोई पेयर पॉसिबल है क्या ए और बी का? इफ आई ऐड देम द सम विल नॉट बिलोंग टू क्यू. ऐसा कोई हो सकता है क्या? कोई एग्जांपल तुम्हारे दिमाग में आ रहा है? इज देयर एनी पॉसिबल एग्जांपल इन विच ए बिलोंग्स टू क्यू, बी बिलोंग्स टू क्यू, बट ए प्लस बी विल नॉट बिलोंग? एनीथिंग? एनीथिंग? एनी एग्जांपल दैट यू कैन थिंक ऑफ? क्यू, क्यू होल नंबर कब से होगा? क्यू इज नॉट द होल नंबर. क्यू इज रैशनल नंबर ना, रिमेंबर. हाँ, रैशनल नंबर. It is still a rational number. To 2.178, let's say. This is also a rational number. 2.18 is just the decimal form. Mhm. Now my question is, Zero is also rational. It's also rational, right? 0 by 1, P by Q form. It's also rational, correct? Zero is also rational. So my question to you is there any possible number A and B which are rational, but if I add them, the result is not rational? Is it possible? Anything, any number. Let's break let's break the ice. Let's break the ice. The answer is no. There is no such pair of A and B you take. Any rational number, you take the entire number line. Number line means you pick any rational number from any point, from minus infinity to plus infinity. Any number you pick. You pick any other number B from minus infinity to plus infinity. If you add them, the answer will always be a rational number, which means sum of two rational numbers is always going to be a rational number. Do we get that? So ये point यहाँ पे mention करो. First point I need to mention, sum of two rational numbers. Two rational numbers is always a rational number. ये point you have to know. What does this even mean? Look at the ghar. Look at this house of rational numbers. This house means I went in the house and I picked any two A and B from this house. I took any two random A and B's. The house is full of numbers. I took any two A and B. I added them. Once I add them, I got a new number, let's say C, if I add them. And I will find that this guy C is already present in the house. Whatever A and B I take, I add these two, I'll get a new number C, and that C will always present in this house. It will not be outside the house. Which means any two rational numbers, if they are added, they will always give another rational number, which means it is part of this house. You got it? So this proper every is not a rational number. I said ना pi is not a rational number. Pi इस घर में नहीं आएगा. Pi is not allowed here. It's not allowed. है ना? Recurring decimals को छोड़ दे. Recurring decimals, integers, fractions, terminating fractions. You can put all of them. Every rational number. See, rational number. हाँ. Pi is not 22 by 7. Yes. Is it a recurring? Pi is not a recurring decimal. Pi is some 1415287 dot 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 some random numbers. It's never recurring. I said right. This will never appear again anywhere. Every time you see there is a new pattern of numbers until infinity. It doesn't end. Which means pi is non-recurring. There is no repetition. Recurring matlab repetition. There is no repetition of these numbers again. So pi is non-recurring. It also does not end anywhere. It just keeps on going, 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 going. So it is non-recurring, non-terminating. Both things. That's why इसको हम कहते हैं irrational. It's non-recurring, non-terminating. Pi is non-recurring, non-terminating. That's why it is irrational. Irrational. Now, in my case of rational numbers, what I said about rational numbers, that rational number has to be few of the following. Rational numbers क्या होने चाहिए? If any number is called a rational number, it is of the following types. One of the following types. One, that it can be an integer. Like example, 1, 2, minus 1, 0, etc. This is a rational number. Again, second, it can be a fraction. Can be a fraction or of this form. Like example, 2 by 7, 3 by 8, right? 2 by 5, minus 1 by 6. Yeah. This is a rational number. These two only form a type of fraction, rational numbers. So when I say now A and B are rational numbers, which mean they live in this house, इसका मतलब A and B are either of these two types. Either they are integers or they are fractions. बस. If I take another number, let's say pi, this guy is not a rational number. It will not be a or b. A or b cannot be pi because they are not of this form, integer or fraction. Nahi. So now what I'm interested in here is if I take any a or b of either of these two types, कोई integer ले लूं या कोई fraction. If I take either some integer value or some fraction value of a and b and add them. Let's say for example I take 2 from here, 3 by 8 from here. So a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3 by 8. And if I add them a plus b, what do I get? 16 plus 3, 19 by 8. Do you understood what I did here? A plus b. This a plus b is a fraction form which satisfy this form, which means a plus b is a rational number again. A plus b is a rational number. So what I'm trying to tell you is if I take any a and b values from rational numbers, if I add them, the addition is always going to be a rational number, 100%. Okay? A and B ka addition will always be a rational number. Now, this is a property of rational numbers, and that property is called as closure property. Closure property. What does closure property mean? That if A belongs to Q, B belongs to Q, इसको belongs to बोलते हैं ना? I just told you. Belongs to मतलब it's part of this house of Q. A belongs to Q, B belongs to Q, then A plus B also should belong to Q. It is like in the closed house of Q. Q का घर is closed, completely closed house है Q का. No one can enter from outside. No one can leave the घर out from into out. No one can leave the house. No one can enter the house. So if A and B are present inside the house, then sum also should be present inside the house. It cannot leave the house. So the sum has to be a rational number only. This is a property of rational numbers called as closure property. Do you understand this closure property? Tell me first. Clear? Very good. Now we understood closure property. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. देखो closure property का मतलब है. See, what does closure even mean? Close का मतलब क्या? What is close? Close means close. You cannot enter. You cannot leave. It's closed. So now, assume there is a house of rational numbers. Every member in the house is a rational number. It's a big house, 10-story, 100-story building. Or this building may I just stuff all the rational numbers. Number 1, minus 1.2, 3.15, 8 by 7, 16 by 9. Every number you can think, every rational number is kept in that house. Every possible rational number is in that house. Now, from that house, I'm going to pick two members. Which two members you want to pick? You tell me. Pick any two members from that house of rational numbers. Tell me. Any two members you pick, no? Give me any two rational numbers from the house. 9 and one more, 1 by 1 by 8. So you took two rational numbers, 9 and 1 by 8. Now what does closure property mean? You picked A equal to 9, B equal to 1 by 18. You picked them because they belong to the house of Q. They are part of Q. Now what I'm telling you is if you add this 9 and 1 by 18 together, whatever number you get after this addition, this guy also should be another rational number. Can you add these two now, A and B, and tell me what is the answer coming? What is the answer for A plus B? Try. Do we know how to add rational numbers? Do it. Write it down and tell me. 160. What's the final answer? 162 is 18 into 9. What's the sum? 163 by 8. Very good. Now this is the sum a plus b. This number is equal to a plus b. Now you tell me, is this a rational number or not? The number you got, a plus b, tell me it is a rational number or not. It is a rational, indeed. So you picked two rational number, you added them, and the result came out to be another rational number. That is what my closure property says. If A is a rational number, B is a rational number, A plus B also must be a rational number. Simple. That's what I've written mathematically. A belongs to Q, matlab A is a rational number. B belongs to Q, B is a rational number. Then A plus B belongs to Q, means A plus B is a rational number. That's it. Simple as that. Simple as that. Clear? So now we were discussing on addition of rational numbers, and in that we discussed closure property on addition. इसको actually बोलते हैं closure property on addition, because we are adding and we'll still find that a number is still inside that house, because it's still a rational number. If any number is rational, it will be in that house. There. So it's closure property addition. Now we are doing addition, so why don't you just solve these few addition quickly? Let's see how fast you can do it, how accurately you can do it. I'm going to give you few addition example. Let's do 22 by 7 plus 1 by 9. 7 minus 7 plus 3 by 8. Let's do 12. Mentally, you solve it. Take your time. You do 11 by, you can do mentally also, let's see. But you are not allowed to make mistakes. Take a bet, chalo. That is one. 7 by 13 minus 11 by 4. First one, Pakka, are you sure? Karo, that's why you are not allowed to make mistakes. Check, 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 check all four. Actually, check all four. Do all four together and tell me the answer. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Correct, correct. So, Hmm. 215 by 63. Okay. Hmm. ठीक है. Okay. Good, good. 1155. Yeah, minus 115 by 62. Good. Let's check the answers. Okay. Let's see. कैलकुलेटर में ऐसे करेंगे, कैलकुलेटर तो बच्चे यूज करते हैं. चल, this is done. This is correct. This one 88 minus 14, 74. Good. This is correct. What about the first one? 22 9 is 198. Okay, 198. 22 into 9 is again healthy. It's 198 plus 217 is 205 by 63. ये गलत है. There's no room to. I thought there is one given answer. All right. The last one is correct. Minus 1 1. That is 28 minus 143. 28 minus 143. Oh, very good. So here we actually did both sum and difference. So we did both addition and subtraction. Clear na? So if you see clearly, addition and subtraction are very similar. Doesn't even make sense to discuss them separately. Subtraction is just addition with some slightly change. Now, what is the slight change? Let's discuss. So far we have discussed the closure property that says a, b and a plus b all are part of the same group of rational numbers. In the same way, if I had given this problem number one, let's say 22 by 7 वाला, अगर मैंने इसको उल्टा कर दिया होता, if I had done this, will the answer change? If problem number one को, if I had flipped the first and second numbers, will the answer change or will it still remain this? Will remain this. Very. So now the subtraction would have changed, right? Subtraction definitely would have changed, but now let's look at addition only. So this second property is called commutative property. Please note down. It's called as commutative property. Now, what does this commutative property guy mean? Actually, I should use a different color here. Let's make it on. So commutative property says if a plus b is equal to c, right? A, b are rational numbers. The answer is c. Then it means that b plus a is also equal to c. The flipping A and B doesn't make any difference, which means A plus B is equal to B plus. This is called as बच्चे commutative property of addition. Clear है? Commutative property of addition. Is it making sense? Now, if I try to do the same for subtraction, which means A minus B equal to C for subtraction. Now, this is the interesting case. Now, I'm going to test if the commutative property is applicable for subtraction also. So, if I get A minus B is equal to C, let's say if A is 2, B is 3. Both are rational numbers. So, A minus B is 2 minus 3, which is minus 1. Now, I'm going to check what happens if I flip A, B and A. So, I do B minus A. What if I do B minus A? That is 3 minus 2, right? I'll get 1. And this answer is not equal to the previous one. It was minus 1, I got plus. So answer will become minus C. पहले आंसर minus 1 था, plus 1 है, मतलब negative हो गया आंसर. Answer has become negative. So answer becomes minus C. So A minus B is not equal to B minus A. So commutative property is not applicable for subtraction. Clear है? Making sense? Very good. Next property देखेंगे, it's called as associative property. Associative property is nothing but a fancy way of writing the commutative property. The second commutative that we have seen, it's just a fancy way of writing this. How do I write associative is like this. So if was doing A plus B in the previous case, if I was doing A plus B, now in associative, I will introduce one more number C and add it together. Now I'm adding three numbers together. Three rational numbers together. If I'm adding three rational numbers A plus B plus C in this order, I'll do A plus B first and then add C to that. Matlab, let's say I'm doing 2 plus 3 plus 7. So what I'll do 2 plus 3 first, that is 5 plus 7, that is 12. I'll get. Or in the other way, if I want to do the same thing, but I'll do 3 plus 7 first. I put a bracket on 3 plus 7. So 3 plus 7 is 10. 10 plus 2 is again 12. So you see both ways I get the same answer. Which means A plus B in bracket plus C is the same as A plus B plus C in the bracket. Do you understand this? मैंने क्या किया है? I have only changed the way I do the addition. I did the A plus B first, then I added C. And here I did B plus C plus first, and then I added A. Both the answers are same. This is called as associative property or फिर associative law. Is it making sense? Three laws are done. Closure, A plus B belongs to Q. Commutative, A plus B is B plus A, both are same. And associative, A plus B plus C is A plus B plus C. You look at the brackets. जो brackets है, that will be done first. Here A plus B was done. Here B plus C was done. So it doesn't matter even if I do the first two numbers or the last two numbers and add them first, it will still be the same to same answer. Clear hai? Are we clear on associative and commutative? Is there any issue so far? All good, right? Now, next thing तुम मुझे बताओ. Do you know what additive inverse is? What is additive inverse? Do you know additive inverse? That was commutative. 2 plus 3 is 3 plus 2. 2 plus 3 is 3 plus 2. That is commutative property. You see right here. If this is 2, this is 3. This is 2 and this is 3, for example. A is 2, B is 3. See, A and B are not some fancy things from different universe. They are just way of writing. Instead of writing 2, 3, 5, 7, all these numbers every time, I just say let the number be A. It can be any number. So A is just like 2. B is just another number 3 in this case. So 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. You see here, 2 plus 3 is 3 plus 2. Read A equal to 2 and B equal to 3. You will see that this is the property that you just said. और इसको हम कहते हैं commutative property. Commutative property. Associative was if 2 plus 3 plus 7 is same as 2 plus 3 plus 7. This is associative. Three numbers ka addition. Any way you do the addition of three numbers, the answer is same. You do first two and then add third, or you do second and third first, then add the first number. It's the same answer. That's associative. Now, additive inverse. Do you understand what this additive inverse means? Inverse. What does inverse mean? Math में या फिर life में what does inverse mean? Inverse का मतलब do you understand what is inverse? Opposite. Like in a movie, you have a hero, right? You have a hero in movie, and opposite to him there is a villain, right? So if hero is a good guy, villain is equally bad guy, right? So if hero does plus 100 amount of work, villain will do minus 100 amount of work. He will cancel everything that hero is doing. So hero and villain are inverse of each other. So in similarly in rational number, there is something called as additive inverse, which means if I take any number, let's say 3, 3 is a rational number, and add some magical number to it, the answer will become 0. मतलब देखो हीरो ने जितना किया, हीरो ने 3 ऐड किया, ये जो मैजिकल नंबर है विलन से आ रहा है, उसने कुछ तो उसमें मिला दिया, that villain added something of its own, the answer became 0. The answer became 0. Now, what is that magical number? If I add to 3, the answer will be 0. Tell me, what will be that magical number? If I add that number to this 3, my answer will become 0. कौन सा number होगा वो? Which number should I add to 3 so that answer will become 0? Minus 3. Very good. Minus 3. So this minus 3 is called as additive inverse of 3. Simple. यहाँ पे मैं लिख देता हूँ. Minus 3 is the additive inverse of 3. That's it. Additive inverse means if I add the number to its additive inverse, the answer will be 0. The answer will be 0. Tell me one more. If I give you another number, let's say 3 by 8. Tell me what is this additive inverse? Minus 3 by 8. Very good. The answer should become 6. So that is called as additive inverse of any rational number. And this guy 0 that we are trying to get on the right side, is 0 को हम कहते हैं, we call it additive, sorry, additive, additive identity, identity, additive identity. That's it. 0 is called as, yeah, go ahead. Correct. So, समझ गए? Additive inverse and additive identity. Both are done. So, these are few of the properties related to addition. Which are the four properties? Closure, first one. Second is commutative. 2 plus 3 is 3 plus 2. That is commutative. Associative, adding three numbers. किसी भी order में you add, it's the same answer. किसी भी order में you do the addition, it's the same answer. And finally, additive inverse. Additive inverse is if you add that additive inverse number to the original number, the answer should become 0. And the 0 is called as additive identity. Remember this word additive identity. Okay? Clear? All these four? Good. Now, if you understood this, let's solve some basic problem. Okay? I want you to see how do you solve. Subtraction already we have done, so I'm not going to go much deeper into that. Just solve this small easy question. Very simple one. Example दे रहा हूँ. Try this. Example है what should be subtracted from minus 5 by 7 to get minus 1. Let's see how you tackle this problem. Simple है बहुत simple. Minus 5 by 7 में से what should I subtract? So I get minus 1. Yes, from minus 5 by 7, what should I subtract? What should I remove? Are you sure? How will I get minus 1? Hmm. Yes. Okay. Sure. Sure. So basically, see what I'm asking. What I'm asking is this. I have minus 5 by 7, right? What should I subtract from this? Subtract what? So I'll get minus 1. This is how to understand this. You have to find this question mark. Now tell me. Let's do a simpler version. Minus 5 by 7 पे बाद में आते हैं. Let's do a simpler version. What I have, what should I subtract from 3? So I'll get answer as minus 1. What should I subtract from 3? So the answer is minus 1. 4, how did you calculate 4? Very good. So minus 1 this side. Let's assume this is x. So this x this side. So it will become 3 plus 1 equal to x. So x is 4. So this guy is equal to 4. Good. Now can we do the same here? Two by 7. That's how it should solve it. Very good. So the answer is 2 by 7. How to even actually write it in the exam? That you have to first say that let x be the number. You have to write like this. Let x be the number. Therefore, minus 5 by 7 minus x is equal to minus 1. Therefore, x is equal to minus 5 by 7 plus 1, which is 2 by 7. That's it. That's how you should attempt. Let's do one more. Okay, verbal question करेंगे so we understand how to tackle this. Next question is, what number should be added? What number should be added to minus 7 by 8 to get 4 by 9? Now see, how do you do this? I want you to try this question completely. This one. I will not give you any hint this time. Hmm? Do it. Do it. बुरे वक्त का साथी is the friend in bad times. Your pen and paper. Use it wisely. Yes, good, good. Yes, Bachcha, tell me what number should be added. 95 by, very good, that's the correct answer. कैसी क्या बताओ जल्दी से. Tell me what's the steps you took. What are the steps? Very good. And then you added these and you get simple. Very good. Let's try one more. This is a different type of question. It says if the sum of two rational numbers is minus 4 by 9. Okay? One of them is 13 by 6. Find the other. Hmm. Simple question. What's the answer? Minus 141 by 50. How did you do it? Sum of two rational numbers is, say, x plus y is minus 4 by 9. One of them is 13 by 6. हाँ, very good. ठीक है, ठीक है. Minus y is plus 4 by 9 plus 13 by 6, right? Very good. That's the exactly correct answer. Perfect. So now, before I end this point, I just have one final question to ask you directly. Can you tell me if the difference of two rational numbers, if the difference of two rational numbers is always a rational number or not? You understood my question? Can you tell me if the difference of two rational numbers, any two rational numbers, unka difference if I take, the answer is always a rational number or not? Is it always rational or not? It has to be. Why? Hmm? Why do you think? What about addition? But what is pi rational? I'm only talking about rational. Pi is not rational. So we should not even discuss about pi here, right? My question is, if I take any two rational numbers and subtract them, Will the answer be always a rational number? Yes. Why? Mhm. Very good. But closure property is an addition, no? But here I'm talking about subtraction. No, no, subtract. If I subtract two numbers, two rational numbers, addition as a subtraction. So you're right about that addition part. Closure property and addition is valid. What about subtraction? But why? Even if it is, but why? Why? Based on the closure property on addition, can we prove that subtraction is also closure? 4 minus 3 is not minus 1, it's plus 4 minus 3 is plus 1. Continue. Continue. Very good. So you proved with one example, but there might be some other random example. Let's say 3,49,458 by 1,24,000 minus some another 4 crore number, and that is not a rational. Is there a possibility like that? No. Very good. That's the thing. That's the thing about properties. If it is true for one number, it has to be true for every single number. So we know A plus B is closure. है ना? A plus B. But if you see A plus B is nothing but A minus of minus B. Adding two numbers, it just means subtracting the minus B from first number. These two are exactly same. Do you agree or not? A plus B is same as A minus minus B. Because minus minus becomes plus. Correct? This is correct or not? Do you first understood this what I wrote? Yes. So essentially, when I say A plus B is closure, I am saying the difference of these two numbers, subtraction between these two numbers is also closure. Now, A and minus B, they are just some random numbers. There is no fixed set that A has to be this, B has to be this. They are some numbers. Now, if A plus B for some numbers is valid, then A minus minus B should also be valid. Which means subtraction is also closure. See it out. Subtraction is also closure. Do you get what I said? This is called as mathematical thinking. How mathematicians think, how toppers think. They said, oh, I know A plus B. I, I'm not a mathematician per se, I'm an engineer. So, yeah, I mean, it's close to mathematics, what I have learned. Okay? So, yeah, what I'm telling is, how should you think? We all know that A plus B is valid, it's a closure. But can I write A plus B as A minus minus B? Which means I'm just subtracting two numbers again, A and minus B, I'm subtracting them. If that is correct, this should also be correct. So if A plus B is closure, then A minus B also should be closure, which means subtraction is closure. That's it. Subtraction of two rational numbers is always rational. This is how you should make your points. Are you part of any debate group in your school? I used to be, right? Used to be. So in that debate, you have to like take some points and then think and then counter on those points, right? This is what we are doing. It's a debate in mathematics, this point, right? Now you can link how you should think. Clear? So today we done addition and subtraction on rational numbers in detail. Okay? Saturday the time, array, you will do it. It's hardly half an hour. One B and one C first four. ठीक है? Because this is a very important chapter. इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ. पहले चार क्वेश्चन करके आने हैं. And we'll try to finish this complete chapter this week. We'll be done. Okay? Chalo then. I will see you in the next class. Till then, stay happy, stay studying, enjoy your life.